If we're going to have a deep discussion about ourselves, about soul evolution, about the divine, we better recognize words don't explain the transcendent reality underneath everything, within ourselves. When we are in a moment or state of actualization, when we encounter a very intimate, sacred energy, something which could be rare in one's life, or it could be common. It might come in waves. It might only arrive after plenty of discipline. When we experience this essence, this truth, it doesn't arrive in the form of words, statements, beliefs. These are sensations we're dealing with. So it's always good to keep in mind, whenever there's any communication taking place regarding the great beyond, regarding God, we're only doing the best we can. And it's very arrogant, actually, to think the collections of words we call ideas or beliefs lead to anything but an acceptance of such ideas or beliefs. This is a world of mind. It is a world of beliefs. And everyone seems to have very strong beliefs, strong allegiances. And within the spiritual religious conversation, most of what's taking place is just a battle of beliefs, a battle of ideas. We tell each other, your words don't make sense, mine do. And I have even more words to prove it to you. This is a plague. This is a behavior not fit for those who are truly seeking refuge from this imprisoned consciousness that is oh so prevalent here. We are meant to sit with our insights as living souls. Sit with our intimate encounters. And really, patiently, dive into the authenticity of what's going on inside, what's going on at a deeper level. We can't do this. And we're constantly trying to express with our words to others, with others, what is and what isn't. So that game is one for fools. Remember, just because everyone's doing it does not make it correct. Take your standard religious person, full of beliefs, full of justifications and arguments. Take away the words. Take away their arguments and ideas and justifications. What are you left with? Likewise, what about with ourselves? Inevitably, we develop beliefs and particular ways of seeing things. And yet, what happens when we step away from these mental, emotional adherences? Where do we find ourselves? And is it possible that we cover up some of our uncomfortable self-encounters with explanations, with ideas of how things should be or how things are. This is a lesson only for those ready to sit in silence. What's really enthralling is not being a slave to outer circumstance, to all of these things which vie for our attention and our emotional investment. And this even could be people. I mean, oftentimes it is people in our lives. Definitely, this can be substances, behaviors. So what are we left with once we're able to regulate distraction? And what are we left with when we relinquish this impatience to form alliances with others in the name of ideas? Well, we are left with a very, very divine task at hand that only we ourselves can accomplish and perceive. This is not the age of cults anymore, of spiritual groups. This is not the era for collective agreement. This is the age of coming into our own power as living souls, not in order to reign over others or to convince others, but to simply reignite that flame which did go out at some point. It did go out. Or at least we couldn't feel it. We couldn't sense this divine flame. Awakening is realizing, oh, there is a divine flame, actually. And it's no wonder that as this awakening has unfolded, more and more distractions are laid before our path. If we let it, this world will scream and shout at us and try to put us in a box and try to limit us, oftentimes in the name of love, in the name of safety, in the name of something good and pure and true. Nah, I'm not having it. I'm not having it. And I don't care if people call me narcissistic or self-centered. You shouldn't either. These terms are really empty when it comes to this great work. It's about conquering oneself. If that means entering a state quite disconnected from this world, from others, from groups, then so be it. It seems like there's increasing emphasis on concern for the world, concern for others, concern for the environment. It's all a tricky way to get one to look out here and sense a problem that needs to be solved, rather than undo a spiritually unclean or unaware condition. So the choice is ours. Everything is becoming so void of this internal contemplation that why would we even want to accumulate this world's favor? There's no reason. to huddle together and say, we are the awakened. We know what's up. Here's the belief. I'll explain it to you. I'll write it in a pamphlet and pass it out. No. That's the old age. That's the old world. That's the old earth. We're entering something new. And yeah, it's very uncomfortable, this transition. It's very, very uncomfortable. But it's most uncomfortable for the living soul when he or she is choosing to avoid what so desperately calls to be seen and sat with. So patience is really what I'm advocating in this video. And if this video is kind of a contradiction, a paradox, after all, I'm getting out there and saying, hey guys, here's an idea I have, here's some words, then I will agree with you. What a strange world, what a strange existence. Thank you for joining me. Keep up the great work.